Welcome back to the Reggies. Sitting here with two blokes who could have been anything but decided to have fun instead. This is our last show without the big red man. I reckon by the time some ears are listening to this, he'll be on his way back just in time for the GF this weekend. Tom, go and fuck yourself, mate.
Same to you, mate.
You and Penrith.
Yep.
Yeah, look, it's not... The mixed emotions on the couch here this week.
Yeah, the state's about to be flooded with Broncos tears on Sunday.
I don't really want to be here next to you, to be honest.
Yeah, well, we had to. We're contractually obliged.
I had a few ales on Saturday. I don't know if people saw that photo that got put up in the RLC.
Was that the Digidarts?
The Digidarts, yeah.
Digital, that is.
So I saw Quino actually about mid-afternoon. I went to the tavern at 11:55 a.m. on Saturday afternoon and settled in for a big one.
Yep.
I saw Quinn mid-afternoon. I reckon I was on my way there. And then by the time the Bronx won, I rang Tom and I think I started with, I fucking hate you for the next week.
Yeah. Yeah, the feeling was mutual.
Yeah.
So we've actually planned a bit of a thing, not telling you where, because we'll get swarmed. but we've booked out a room.
Yeah.
We've got all the boys coming. It should be good. I'll just be surrounded by Broncos supporters, which will make it even better when we go to three-peat.
No, I just can't see it happening, eh?
Yeah.
Definitely going to preview the GF a bit later.
Yeah, for sure.
But, yeah, other than my huge hangover on Sunday, geez, I was pumped with Saturday night. Like, just the whole narrative of the show and everything.
Oh,
and
it's perfect.
you're a Penrith supporter.
Yeah,
the Bronx
that's right.
coming back from their heartbreak last year, missing the 8, and they've just fired this year.
Mate,
so
it's a great storyline.
yeah,
really
for
is.
sure. But heaps more to talk about because there's another code of footy in this country called the Australian Football League.
More importantly,
Yeah,
merch drop.
straight off the bat, we'll get into the merch drop.
Cop that with you. You already heard it, but fucking hear it again. 5th of October, 6 p.m. The more you shirts, a Reggie's trucker, the baggy Reg, next Thursday. Don't fuck around.
Next Thursday, October 5, 6 p.m. Don't message me whinging that you missed out because we have given you plenty of time.
Your ears are bleeding.
Yeah. But what a shirt. Seriously.
Oh, mate,
Seriously.
it's a fucking great shirt. And
Yeah.
the Reg, it's just great stuff all around.
The
Sorry,
shirt and the
mate, I
Reg.
butt in on you there.
No, that's all
keep
right.
going.
I was just going to preview the show and then we were going to talk about the merch drop. But hey,
Get it into you
let's
now.
just get straight into it. So, awesome weekend of sport domestically, shithouse weekend of sport internationally,
Yeah.
I reckon.
Yes.
With the cricket and the union, we went terribly in both. We'll get into both of them a bit later. But yeah, it's just a great week. I said to the missus, I don't know, it must have been Monday. I had an RDO on Monday and I said, you shouldn't even have to fucking go to work this week.
No.
You should just be sitting here just getting ready for grand final
Well,
weekend.
you got to really soak it up and be pumped about it because reality is next week there's nothing. Not
Exactly.
nothing. Like there's other sport and there's the punting and that, but I mean, this is the two big events this weekend: the boxing, Canelo's fight, and Jai Opetaia fight, and like all that stuff. Really hook in this weekend. Don't make an excuse in that because you won't be able to do it till fucking next year.
It's always a bit sad. I reckon I start getting a bit sad after the last game of Sunday footy is on.
Yeah.
Because, like, as soon as they start just doing the two games, it's always the Friday or the Saturday.
Yeah.
And there's no Sunday half footy.
And Sunday up footy is just great.
Yeah. So you always go, oh, it's winding up. But the day of the merch drop, the Cricket World Cup starts.
Oh, does it?
ODI World Cup.
How do you think we're faring?
That's over in India. Oh, look, fucking a week and a half ago, had to ask me, I would have went, let's buy tickets to the final.
Yeah.
And then we lost 3 straight to South Africa and we've gone 2-0 down to India straight up. And we're not just losing, we are getting flogged.
Why?
Like, I don't know. I think our bowlers, we haven't had Stark or Cummins playing.
Yeah.
So Hazelwood's been playing and we've got a lot of young talent in there sort of finding their feet in the bowling ranks, and that's what's sort of fucking us because we've got to... And Marshy keeps winning the toss and bowling, so we have to chase 400. every, like let's put some runs on the board, mate, and give the bowlers a bit of confidence. But anyway, India red hot favourites, eh? They are they're not just one or two people are making runs. Everyone is making runs,
Yeah,
eh?
right.
So they're red
clicking.
hot.
Yeah.
And it's in India as well. So I don't know. I just think it's theirs to lose over there on those wickets. And obviously the country will just go into recession or something if they lose because they're just cricket mad. So
Yeah.
yeah, it should be good. That's you'll be able to get your Moya shirt and nestle in and start watching the ODI World Cup.
Fucking
That'll
hell.
be
Start getting into your punting work.
Oh yeah, we're well into our work there.
Well, it just suits perfectly the start of proper racing season, So it just couldn't have worked out any better. Footy's done,
Yeah.
Moya.
And then
go.
springtime,
Yeah.
That's when you know. Just on the punt, 2 Group 1s on the weekend, and the Reggies podcast tipped both winners. Barb's with Militarise
Yep.
in the Golden Rose, and then Alligator Blood finally got his Group 1 in the Underwood.
Yeah, I was pumped. I was on that too.
Yeah.
I was pumped to see that come home.
Yep. Well, I know I backed Nadal in the Golden Rose at 30-1 or something, but that was just having a throw at the stumps for the listeners. I definitely had a little something on Militarise. That's for sure.
Yeah. So did I. It was actually a good weekend personally on the punt.
Oh,
Finally.
same man.
Like as in just one of those ones where you go, thank fuck.
Yeah, like I said, I got to the pub at 5 to 12.
Yeah.
And I was there, had a few beers, backed the first 3 winners at Caulfield. 2 of them were red hot favourites.
Yeah, you put me onto those 2. Forgot about the third one, I mustn't have.
So sorry, mate.
That's all right, mate.
Look,
I was happy with the first 2.
it was. I watched a fair bit of form analysis on Saturday morning, and everything I watched, they said the first 2 favourites of Flemington won't get beaten. The first one nearly did, but then how easy was the second watch? Just won by about 10 lengths.
Counting coin from about 150 out. Just yipping.
And then in the third, I had a it was like a Word document that I typed up and I sent it to myself so I could have it on my phone. And I looked and I had 2 there picked for race 3, and there was a $1.50 favourite in it, and it was neither of them. One was Cardigan Queen, which ended up winning, and it was paid $41.
Oh.
So after that was like first 3 winners, plus I backed another one at Rose Hill. I think I had 5 bets for 4 winners, and I went, well, no matter what happens today, I'm up.
Unless you go just turbo mode with the amount you're putting on.
Which I didn't. I put a few like heavier ones on, but it was on like Alligator Blood and a few other, great weekend. And then, went round to Beef's place and watched the bloody footy, and fucking the night got better.
Bloody oath, mate. Well, as we said, got an absolute ripper weekend of sport. The Pinnacle, really. This weekend is the fucking Pinnacle. And look, for the NRL Grand Final, couldn't have worked out any better.
Oh,
for the show, for the competition, though. The 2 best teams of the year battling it out for glory.
Yeah.
That's literally what it is. And I've actually got a little breakdown here, mate, coming into the GF that I'd like to share with you. Yeah, I do.
This will be good.
So I think the Panthers' defence wins them the game.
Right.
So the Panthers, the last 3 games leading into the GF, right, so recent form, they leaked 12 points to the Cowboys, 6 points to the Warriors, 4 points to the Storm. The Broncos' last 3, Storm, they leaked 32 points, held them to nothing. That was a good game. And then Warriors, 12 points, missed all 3 kicks, which I don't think Cleary does, but still that's a bit better. So overall, the last 3, Panthers leaked 22, Broncos 44.
That doesn't fucking count.
Why?
How do you count the 32 in the last round when we had 11 out?
Oh, mate, I'm just going on stats. So attack, I'm going Panthers 44 against the Cowboys, 32 Warriors, 38 Storm. Broncos 22 Storm, 26 Storm, 42 Warriors. So both teams can score plenty of points. I just think it'll depend on how the Broncos show up defensively.
Just wipe that stat. Just fucking wipe it.
Because mate, we'll look at the for and against overall.
The 32-22 in the last round was when both sides had no one playing. Penrith played a full-strength side so they could win the minor premiership.
Mate, that's the stats, bruss.
Well, you
the
can stick them
that-
fair up your kyber.
That's the stats, brother. You just fucking so. But both like looking at not even the last three. I just did that quickly before, but you go through the whole season, points for and against. Panthers have easily got
Panthers is the best.
the best for and against, and defensively are a better team statistically in defense than the Bronx. So I just can't see them putting enough points on Penrith to beat them. However, it is a fucking grand final, and that's a whole nother game.
Yeah. So
But, yeah, which also plays into Penrith's hand, coming off plenty of grand final experience in recent years with all of them. Although, like you said before the show to me, one thing Broncos probably have more of, will definitely have more of, is hunger to win a grand final.
yeah.
So it'll be fucking epic, mate. Like we said, it's literally the two best teams. One hasn't pulled off these crazy wins to get there, and they're up against this crazy task. It's
Yep.
just two gun sides.
That's right. And they were just guns for the whole year.
Yeah,
Everyone was waiting for Brisbane to fall off, and they just never did.
yeah,
So they obviously learnt from last year. I reckon that I know Penrith don't have an old side by any means. It just seems like they're a bit older because they're so good and they're so structured and they've won. They've been to 3 grand finals.
Yeah.
They still have a young side, but I'm just hoping that the proper youth of Brisbane can somehow, get us
Yeah.
over the line, like the Walsh and the Farnworth, and Payne Haas is 23 or something like that. So
yeah.
yeah, and
I just reckon the edge defense for Bronx, they'll be, and I reckon they'll definitely turn it on. It's just whether they can do it for 2 full halves
yeah,
on the edge,
they will.
Yeah.
Herbie's hammy.
Yeah, Herbie's hammy.
Is that a thing or what?
Oh, fucking, I don't know.
I hope Kevy is just playing mind games. Because apparently there was about 4 injuries that training.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
There was someone done a finger and then Herbie's hammy, and I'm just like, nah, this is a G up.
That
Gotta
would be a
G up.
big out, Herbie Farnworth.
Massive.
That
Who do you put there?
He has been fucking huge.
Yeah, I know.
Who would they put there?
I fucking have no idea. Well, could probably figure it out, but not straight off the top of my head of who definitely would go in there. I think that it'd have to take a bit of thinking.
And it would definitely give Penrith a target.
Definitely.
Like
It wouldn't be like, so let's say Tungle for Penrith
Yeah.
didn't come up or whatever, they'd just put Peachy in there.
Mm.
Whereas that they'll do that. Whereas I don't know who they'd put in for Herbie, but he'll be right. It'd have to be ripped off the bone for him not to play, but then you go...
Hammies are hard, though.
I know,
man.
you don't know.
It's not even like a shoulder or something where you can strap it. A hammy
Yeah.
is just fucked.
I know. Hopefully it's a G up. I hope it's a G up.
Yeah,
Or
I
he
don't
just...
know.
Or maybe he didn't... Like he hadn't done one before. Maybe he's never done a hemi before and he doesn't know what it feels like to do one. And
Who's
I
on
don't
your
know.
bench? Well, let's have a quick look. I want to have a quick look at the extended bench for Bronx to see who.
The team list will be out.
Yeah, it is. I
100%.
was having a bit of a look before. It's a very evenly matched fucking squad, man.
I know.
Like against
It's
each other.
so good.
I was going through the positions before going, fuck me, that is going to be a really good game.
Yeah.
Reynolds, Cleary, like 2 of the just fucking generals of the comp.
Yeah.
I love that.
Mate, what a shit the bed from whoever at South Sydney decided it was a good idea to let Reynolds go.
Oh,
Let 3 other blokes go before you let him go.
how's Jesse Arthur's getting a start over Corey Oates?
He has been.
Yeah,
For the last-
I know, but I don't know.
No.
I wouldn't be doing that.
I don't know. I know Oatsy's like he's a good 18th man.
So do they have
Perfect
to do that?
replacement player,
Do
I
they have
reckon.
to do that if Farnworth is out? Do they put Jesse Arthurs in the centres and Oatsy on the wing, or what do they do?
Oh, I don't know.
'Cause there's
Can't
not-
we just put Tristan Saylor in there somewhere? He's a gun.
Yeah, but if you have him defending 1-on-1 against fucking anyway, see
Capewell.
what happens.
Capewell would have to go to centres.
Oh yeah, he would.
And then we bring in
Keenan,
someone to play second row.
what's his last name? Piakura,
Yeah.
Brennan.
Brendan Priacora. But then you've got Tapau,
Mm.
which fuck, I hope he doesn't play.
But yeah, anyway, that'll be interesting.
Corey Jensen.
It'll
Yeah.
be interesting. I reckon even if he's not playing, they will not say anything until last minute.
Yeah, 100%.
But
Oh.
yeah, it should be good, mate. Like we said, in that room that we've booked, there's going to be, I reckon, 99% Bronx lads. So it
Yeah, I
should
don't
be-
know who else will be Penrith,
Nah,
to be honest.
me neither. Just maybe people who don't like the Bronx. But I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
everyone would like anyone who isn't a Penrith supporter would want to see a change up. Like would
Exactly. Yeah.
You
That's right, eh? It's like the tall poppy syndrome.
Mm.
Soon as someone wins too often, happened with Hawthorn when we won 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Everyone wanted us to fucking lose.
Yeah.
But yeah, people just get bored, eh, of the same shit.
Yeah.
So,
Who's your tip for Clive Churchill?
thought you were going to ask me the Dally M. Might be the same bloke.
Yeah.
P. Haas.
Yeah. I'm going Cleary for fucking Clive Churchill.
Yeah. Oh, it's such a hard one, eh? Because there's like, it could be Cleary. I don't think, even if Bronx win, Reynolds isn't that Cleary player where he just dominates. You know,
Yeah, he just does his job,
his
sort of
job
thing.
perfectly.
Because, like, I think Cleary, that experience that he's got now, the last 2 GFs, losing the one before that, just his kicking game and seems to stand up other than Origin in big moments. And I saw someone's comment online saying, Cleary be fucked, he's up against Queensland. But it doesn't make sense because the 2 blokes leading the charge for Bronx, Haas and Reynolds, are fucking dad kisses.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
That's that out the window.
Just the Queensland team.
So, yeah, it's shaping up to be fucking unreal.
I'd love to say Walsh, but I would love for, like, a forward like Carrigan to get it or something.
I definitely think either team, whoever wins 1-12 though. Like those defensive for and against stats for the rest of the season aside, I think a grand final everyone gives another fucking 10% on what they already give.
Yeah.
So it at least the first 20 each half you think would just be fucking intense.
Yep. I'll definitely be having a side bet on Brisbane 13 plus. That's for sure.
Oh, you might as well just give me the coin.
I would just love, with 20 to go, to just not be worried about anything.
We've often talked about before how fucked it is in a big game being ahead by less than 6.
Yeah.
I fucking hate it. So many times in the Origin, you'd almost rather be behind by 4 attacking the line, just going, ooh, like, fuck. But anyway, I'm pumped, mate.
Well, I said it on Friday after that. Tommy watched the bloody Collingwood GWS game on Friday night because the end of it, because Penrith were just pounding Melbourne.
Yeah, I switched it over, saw it get into the bit of a groove leading into the GF.
The last quarter, but mainly the last 10 minutes there was just off its head.
Oh, mate, it was great. Like the atmosphere at that joint would have just been crazy. The crowd was off its
How's they
fucking
just
head.
always put the camera on the crowd and they're just going off.
Proper going off. I'm thinking, fuck me, that happened in league, they'd be marched.
Yeah.
Out the gate.
Well, you can't march 98,000.
No.
That's for sure.
No.
But yeah, I said it's a little bit different. In league, you sort of got time to, unless it's proper, even when it's end to end, on the 6th tackle, you got to kick, you know? So you kick it, you can have a bit of a breathe. Whereas in the AFL, when it's like that and it's 1 point, it is literally you got no time to breathe. Mate. And you're just proper on the edge of your seat, pacing up and down. To be a GWS or a Collingwood supporter on Friday would have just been torture.
Yeah. I was loving
sitting there going, fuck, this is intense. I can imagine you supported them.
Yeah.
Again, in the AFL, they have 2 best teams are playing. Collingwood are playing Brisbane. How's that for Brisbane?
Yeah.
Oh, imagine being there Saturday night.
Yeah, fucking
the Lions.
Well, who was there? Pedro was there, wasn't he?
Pedro was at the Gabba, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's a Carlton supporter, though.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what, he would have been looking at flights at quarter time, I reckon, to the MCG. They kicked like 5 goals to none in the first quarter.
Oh.
Or 5 goals to 1 or something. And it was, 30, 33, 34 to fucking not many to Brisbane. And then, quarter time come, opposite.
Yeah.
Lions kicked, and they were in front at half time. Unreal first quarter. I would have, they couldn't miss. No, neither side could miss in the first half. It was fucking good to see.
What's your tips, mate, going into the GF? Because I'm invested in it too. I'm definitely going to watch the AFL Grand Final on Saturday now that I'm sort of trying to fucking get into it a bit and has at least watched a couple of games leading up. Like, I'd like to see Brisbane win purely the Queensland team thing, but
it's like, put it this way, it's like who's a good. It's like the Cowboys playing the Roosters in the final. Everyone's gonna be up Brisbane.
So, for sure.
Yeah. So I reckon the Lions. I don't know. They've beaten them 6 times in a row.
Brisbane have beaten Collingwood.
Yeah.
Really?
4 at the Gabba, which
Yeah, that's a bit of
They don't lose up there, apparently.
Mm.
But they never normally win at the G. That's
Yep.
always the interstate teams, that's their issue, is they go to the MCG and they can never beat the Victorian teams.
Yeah.
But they've done it twice in the last...
How long since both teams have won a flag?
Collingwood, 2010.
Yep.
That was the drawn grand final.
Oh,
They
yeah.
drew with St Kilda and had to play the next week.
That'd be handy.
There's no extra time.
Yep.
I think that's awesome. I don't know if they do that anymore. I'd say they do because it's very rare that you're going to draw a GF. But and then Brisbane, the last time they won it was 20 years ago, 2003.
Wow.
Yeah. That was when Vossi and they
Yeah,
just had
yeah.
that side that was unbeatable. They won 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Went to 4 grand finals in a row, lost the 4th
See,
one.
I
but-
even remember Brisbane Lions being a huge powerhouse, not even watching the sport, just because I think they were so good. You know, when
Yeah.
a team's just at a next level and you hear about them, or
Yeah.
you just remember them being good or something.
Well, they had Lee Matthews coaching, and he's regarded by many to be the best player of all time. And then you had Voss and Simon Black and Jason Ackermanis.
Brownie?
Jonathan Brown,
Yeah, yeah.
Alistair Lynch, like the list goes on. The Scott brothers, they were just fucking menaces back in the day.
Yeah.
So, yeah, 20 years, and it was against Collingwood. Yeah.
There you go.
They beat him in 03 and they also beat him in 2002. They played 2 grand finals in a row and lost them both. Collingwood
right.
did.
What time's, what do you call it, bounce off or kick off?
When's the first bounce?
Yeah, oh, sorry, mate. When's the first bounce?
It'll be about 3, I reckon.
Oh, beautiful. Saturday half.
But you got to be careful this weekend, actually, Reggies, because you just don't know what these fucking weirdos down south are going to do with the daylight savings.
Ooh.
Daylight savings starts on Sunday, Tom. So when you hear 7:30 kickoff, that means 6:30
Yeah,
our
right.
time.
Yeah.
So we'll be in that room fucking nice and early anyway. It won't worry us, but
Just quickly, should we just get on this daylight savings thing?
Oh,
and
it'd be
just
unreal.
Just what the fuck?
it'd be so
Like
good.
at the start, it was the whole fuck off. This is how it is. But now I'm like, can we just? It's just.
But
shits me.
why would you not?
Yeah, I don't know.
It'll fade the curtains.
Yeah, fucks me.
Why the fuck would you not want more daylight in the afternoon to do shit?
Mate, I don't get it.
And
I-
I don't actually think there's more daylight in the day. I just mean you're getting up fucking earlier, basically. That's all you're doing.
Yeah.
With daylight savings, you're getting up earlier and finishing work earlier, so you got more time to do shit while the sun's up.
It's just the person who's like, well, it's just how it is, mate.
Yeah.
It's fucking time, mate. It's like, yeah, but if everyone else
Man.
is doing it, just fucking do it.
Imagine, because I knock off at 3:30, fucking school hours
Yeah.
during normal time, not
Yeah,
during
did
the
you
shutty.
ask for that personally?
What's that? Oh, fuck off, cunt. But imagine daylight savings. It's still 3:30, but it's actually 2:30.
Yeah, yeah.
Go play 18 holes.
Yeah.
Fucking
Oh, mate, 100%. I just think if no one else was doing it and we had to start it and it was an idea, you'd be like, oh, do we need it? But they're full on, that's them.
yeah,
That's just especially
fucking
with the
do it.
sporting that we share with them.
yeah.
Just fucking do it.
So I think it swaps over on the 1st of October,
Yeah.
which is on Sunday. So just everyone be careful. The NRL in Queensland, it'll kick off at 6:30.
Yeah.
So you want to be there for all the pre-game fucking carry on.
Oh, well, mate, you sort of grand finals and origins. Every other game, I'll just click her over 5 minutes before. But that, like we said, it's the last game.
Yeah.
You fucking soak it all in. You hear everyone's bullshit before the games, their tips, what they reckon.
Yeah.
Argue with them in front of the TV and just get right into your work.
Just get stuck into your
Just
work.
get stuck right into your work.
Well, the AFL, they're saying, is going to kick off first bounce 2:30 p.m.
All right. Chinese dentist time.
Unreal, I reckon. So, fuck, let me just confirm that daylight savings thing. Maybe it doesn't start on the 1st. And it starts on... looks like it starts on the 1st.
Righto.
That's what I would have thought. Yeah,
Yep.
so awesome weekend coming up.
Mm.
Someone was trying to tell me the other day that the 2 grand finals aren't normally on the same weekend. And I'm like, you're fucking off your head.
Yeah, off your lemon spread, mate. They always are.
But I didn't. I just couldn't be bothered
Yeah,
arguing.
well, I
So
thought,
for
I
once
thought
in
they
my
were.
life, I
Thought
couldn't
they were.
couldn't be bothered arguing.
But the same day, brother, as the footy grand final, we got Canelo versus Charlo.
Yeah.
And Jai Opataya is fighting on that as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're both heavy favourites, Canelo and Jai. But that will be, for us, the perfect lead into the GF.
Well, it's an excuse to have to go to the pub earlier.
What a shame. What a fucking shame.
It's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
And it's our job.
It is our
We
job.
have to go and analyse the fight.
We do.
So it's just fucking how it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll be there nice and early.
Yeah.
Not in the private room, but we'll just be at the pub watching the fights, and then we'll mosey on in.
Yeah, that's right. Just amongst the peasants at the sports bar, and then we'll fucking trot off to our room.
Slutty tar off to the function
It's
room.
one of those things, like the function room's literally just a bar in there. That serves piss as well. But for me, grand finals, origin games, big things that you're really invested in and you just want to watch. Like, I don't care who's in there out of our mates, obviously, but it's just that random fuckhead that you don't want to have to deal with at a public bar.
Yeah.
When the game's on, that wants to chew your ear off, or he's facing away from the TV, just yarning.
Not watching.
And you're like,
Yeah.
shut the fuck up! Everyone's here for this on the TV cut.
Yeah.
You know?
I
So
agree.
I'm very excited.
No,
It'll
it's
be
gonna
a
be good.
great weekend.
That Sunday. And the fact that someone said that they do down south as well. I didn't think they did, but we got the public holiday on the Monday. So perfect, because that's our... I thought that the reason we get it after the GF is because we don't have one on Queen's birthday or King's birthday now in June, because they definitely have one in Melbourne and Sydney
Yeah.
when we don't.
Yeah, right.
But apparently they got the day off Monday too. And how good's this? Melbourne, every Friday before the grand final, they have a public holiday on the Friday before the GF, and it's literally grand final public holiday.
That is great.
It's not for fucking anything else other than it's the GF.
Do better, NRL. New South Wales and Queensland should have that.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Well, we kind of do on the Monday.
Yeah, but Friday as well.
Yeah, give us a 4-dayer.
Yeah, Monday's not for that. That Friday can be for that.
Yeah. But I do like the Monday, though, because imagine you got to roll into work Monday
Yeah.
after the Bronx win the premiership.
Well, I do, but it's fucking not really labour intensive.
Oh, you gotta record.
Oh, mate, I don't stop for fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Just flat out here.
Double time, Quino.
He is, actually.
Double time. You fucking beauty.
Yeah, don't you fucking start your union shit here, cunt.
Double time and a half, mate.
Yes. What can we call it? The podcast union.
SBU, Switch Pitch Union.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Don't worry, mate. We look after Quinner.
I know.
They do.
Just
We all do.
fucking wanted to throw it in there. Lockie Neal won the Brownlow on Monday night.
Yep.
So
Is that well warranted, do you think?
bit of a shock it was. He
Ooh.
was like the 5th or 6th favourite to win
Right.
it. I reckon Nick Dacos has obviously been very hard done by, so he had the last month off because he hurt himself.
Yep.
And he was, I think before that he was, $2 favourite sort of thing.
Yeah,
He was gonna win it. He didn't need to poll too many more votes. I think he ended up on 28 and Lockie Neal ended up on 31 or something.
Yeah,
so
righto.
still could have happened, but that's his second Brownlow now, so not too many people have won two.
That is good.
So that's awesome for him. Little stat: Simon Black and Jason Ackermanis also won the Brownlow in the same year they won a premiership back in 01 and 02.
Yep.
So little bit of superstition there for you Lions fans. And they also took out Goal of the Year as well.
Nice.
So they got Goal of the Year. They got the Brownlow medalist.
Cleaned up.
Can't wait for the commentators to just forget Lockie Neal's name now and just refer to him as the Brownlow medalist every time he touches the ball on
Yeah.
Saturday. Kicked it to the Brownlow medalist, Lockie Neal.
Who are we thinking in the rugby to take it out?
In the Union.
No, in the rugby league. Like to take out the
Oh,
fucking...
Fucking
what
thought
can
you
I
meant
think
who's
of?
going to win the game.
No. The same thing as that. Why the fuck can't I think of it?
The Dally M.
Yeah, the Dally M side.
Yeah, when is that?
I don't know.
Because I thought it was the same night as the Brownlow, but
Surely we would
it's
have
not.
seen it.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Across the socials. I wonder, it'd be interesting to see who was leading going into...
When they closed
when
the
they closed the
thing,
voting.
yeah. I think Haas will be up there, eh?
What about Walsh or Ponga? Surely Ponga would
Surely
be fucking...
Ponga would have just...
Ponga, mate, surely Ponga is up
Oh,
there.
he would have. No, but he missed so much footy.
Yeah.
So he'll poll so well at the end of the year.
Mm.
He'll come flying from nowhere late down the outside.
Yeah.
But I reckon it'll be good to see a forward win it, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's always your halfback or your fullback or whatever. Be awesome to see a forward.
Yeah,
win it.
Haas was leading.
Yeah.
So, or maybe SJ.
Oh, yes. See, you got to
Maybe
think of that
SJ.
stuff because you got to think of teams where, yeah, righto, Cleary's a gun, but he's got other guns around him.
So here we go. Daly M leaderboard after round 12. Payne Haas 30. Nathan Cleary 27. Harry Grant 25. Nico Hines 25. And Reece Walsh 24.
How many fucking points do you get?
I
After
don't
round
know.
12, they're on 30.
I don't know, man.
Lockie Neal got 31 total.
Harry Grant won't. Nico Hines won't.
Nah.
Reece Walsh, man, being that high up, then he had a couple of weeks off with
He can't win it.
suspension. Oh, he can't.
Yeah, can't win it. Got suspended.
Yeah, right. Well, mate, you're right. Payne Haas is a good shout. What about Cleary?
Yeah, exactly. He
Like,
could just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's
You
always
don't know,
interesting.
eh? You never know either because, like what happened in the Brownlow, they put out a list of the amount of games where a player got 3 Brownlow votes
Mm.
because it's a 1-2-3 system,
Yep.
and the umpires vote on it and they can't look at stats. So they just got to go off whatever they saw on the field. So there was a fair few games where a player got 3 votes on Monday night and they didn't even get any coaches' votes straight after the game from the 2 coaches.
All right.
So it's like, do the umpires need to start looking at some stats? Because there was one game from I only know this because I saw Kane Corns, the fucking idiot, post something about it. He's just he's very good what he does in the media because everyone fucking hates him
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everyone listens to what he says
Real
though.
Paul Kent vibe.
Yeah, and he put up a thing of Jason Horne-Francis plays for Port Adelaide. He got 3 votes in a game where he had 14 touches, and he goes, "I just watched the game back and watched all 14 of those touches. 2 of them were clangers. There was 3 like no good disposals, and I'm just like, that's a fucking fair call. 14 disposals, and he got 3 votes.
Yeah, right.
Fucking outrageous. But I like how the AFL do it because they get Gil McLaughlin up there, and he goes through. You go through every round, and he goes through every game, and he'll go Carlton v Collingwood, and Dacos 1 vote, such and such 2 votes, such and such 3 votes, bang, next game.
Yeah.
And he does every game, and then there's a little fucking leaderboard down there, and he always does his like little. So when it gets close at the end, and there's like the top 4 or top 3 players, he'll get to their game, and he'll go say it was like Brisbane v Collingwood, and then he'll do the 1 and the 2, and then he'll pause, and he'll go, L. Neil, 3 votes. And everyone sort of does the big gasp and clap and shit. He's pretty good, old Gil.
Yep.
But did we work out when the Dally M is? They must do it after.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's weird. I thought it was grand final week for sure. Surely we can fucking figure that out before the show ends. I'm looking it up.
Quinn, I just sent you the old boys things too, bruh.
Dally M medal.
September 27th. That's today.
Today.
It's today.
So it'll
Yesterday.
Yesterday for you, Reggies.
It will be
There you
yesterday
go.
for the Reggies. I was going to say, it's always GF week.
Yeah. So
Oh, well, there you go. So Payne in the arse will be a Dally M medalist
Yeah,
by the time you hear this.
we will see.
Hopefully.
Mm.
I hope he wins it. Yeah, rightio. So what are we going to move
We
on to?
squeezing?
A bit of squeeze and a few segments. A
Mm.
few Reggie's segments.
I fucking,
they all
there's
love.
actually a fair few in the squeeze nominations, isn't there?
There's heaps
Between
in
the
the squeeze.
fucking union being hopeless fucks,
Cricketers,
the cricketers being hopeless
touch
fucks. But
judges.
for me,
But
man,
before
yeah.
that, we do need to talk about these unreal
Oh,
things.
of course we do.
These unreal things. Just before we get into how good the squeeze is, you all know how good the squeeze is. You can jump on the standardsqueeze.com, Give them love on the socials. Make sure you use the code Reggie15. That thing gets a pounding. So you can get all your different sizes. You got your standard 30 mil, your double shot 60. You got a big shot, which I got on my hand right now. They're doing a great job. It's great for any occasion. It's not glass. It's food grade plastic. It'll save the day. The Reggies and the Squeeze have actually teamed up, Tommy.
Yep.
And they've got the famous 4-in-1 on their website. We've teamed up and we're actually getting some Reggies 4-in-1s.
Yeah, that's right.
So
It's a cooler, it's a coffee cup, it's a fucking.
That's right.
Yeah, it's
you go
four
from
things.
having a coffee into putting a stubby in it into grabbing a bloody rum and coke.
Yeah, and it just exactly
All
a
day,
cup.
every day.
Yeah, it's bloody good stuff.
You use the same thing, so they're unreal.
Yeah.
And we love them, and we love the support we get from them, and that's a major thing for us.
That's right.
We have a very close relationship with the Standard Squeeze, and we want to continue it. So that's not going to be for a while. Definitely won't be this merch drop. So no
Little
one get
teaser
confused
for you.
there.
Little teaser.
Little teaser.
As it starts getting hot, it's going to keep your drinks fucking ice cold.
That's bloody right. So I think the cricketers are just going terribly.
Yeah, they are going terribly.
Specifically, why are we bowling every time we win a toss?
Yeah, that I don't know.
I do not understand.
So there's one. My one, mate, is we really need to sort out the fucking NRL not being able to call on howlers like that.
Oh,
They
yeah.
need to sort something out because it's a joke. I heard Braithen Astor talking on NRL 360 about like it's embarrassing as a game. Like when it's obviously a massive forward pass and it's like, oh, well, it's a try. Well, it's like, but it's fucking not a try
Yeah.
because it's a forward pass.
And
but,
it shit me because we ended up pumping them.
yeah,
But
yeah.
there's
yeah.
always that little thing where they go, oh, the refs fucked us.
And it's, but I do understand where people come from because you really need to try not to have a grey area.
Yeah.
Because you can just see the argument one day, they call it and it might not be in that. But fuck's sake. Like,
it sucks
that
how
one
the
is
super
just,
obvious ones like that you can't even call on.
Yeah.
Because that was so bad.
But I swear some of the obstructions change every now and again, like compared to
Yeah,
what they're
yeah,
looking
yeah,
at. And
yeah,
that's
yeah.
not really black and white either. They just
Yeah.
make a decision. So can't it just be that?
Mm.
Let the referee look at the play from the right angle and make a decision.
Yeah.
Why the fuck can't he do that?
Yeah.
And it's just like a refereeing decision, except he's watching a replay.
But I think what'll happen is a ball will get thrown and it'll be right on the 20-metre line.
Yeah.
And there'll be a line reference there.
Yeah.
And the ball might look like it goes forward a little
Yeah.
bit, as they all do. So many passes would actually go forward
Yeah.
if you looked back at it, but you'd never call them forward passes. So as soon as there'll be a line to reference the pass and it gets called forward, that's where people will blow up and say that wasn't forward.
I just think it needs to not be in general play. You can't have the bunker just going, that was forward, like
Yeah,
the middle
yeah,
of the
yeah,
game.
yeah.
Just replays on tries.
Yeah.
Just to stop like a team winning because of a forward pass.
Yeah.
Something. Because
Imagine if that didn't get called and it was tight. Mate.
Imagine if that wins the grand final this
Who
weekend.
was the fucking touchy?
They need to... Yeah, I don't know.
See, this is another one of those things where I would love to have seen what the touchy saw and how the hell they didn't call it.
It's because Reece Walsh put that turn of speed on and he was probably fucking 10 metres behind the play.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't up level. So, but that's what I mean, man. Like on a try replay, let the bunker referee pretend like he's just reffing the game, but he's got the side on angle and he can just go, I think that was forward or not. Because that the howlers, he'll be able to go fucking, yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
Or if it's too close, you can go supporting the on-field decision.
Yeah.
Supporting the on-field decision because it's too hard to tell if it floated or not. But he'll be out.
That's the go.
Yeah, just say if it's too grey, supporting the on-field decision. But if it is a fucking howler, he can go, that was forward.
And that was a fucking hell.
So I think that's how you'd play with the fucking grey areas where it's like, no sufficient evidence
Yeah.
to really tell.
Yeah.
Something needs to happen.
That's a good one. Hopefully, after that touch judge is the squeeze of the week.
Yeah, fucking oath. He or she is.
There's no way. That's why I said that touch judge, because I don't know if it was male or female, but that was just so bad.
Yep.
I felt bad high-fiving fucking Jacko.
Yeah,
for the try.
'Cause you're
like,
ooh.
because we straight
You
away
even
went,
sent a message through saying, fuck, that was bad.
oh, so bad. Because he threw it and I went, fuck, that was forward. And then we all went, oh.
Mate, you could argue the second one was even forward.
Yeah, but
Like,
so many of them
Oh, I know,
get
but
thrown
but I
every
mean,
week.
like, if you actually looked into it, that might have been as well. Like,
Yeah.
there could have been potentially two.
Oh.
Anyway,
I actually hate when you've got someone breaks through to the backfield and there's a draw and pass on the fullback. So many passes are forward, and they just never get anything gets said about it.
nah.
What's the go there? I don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm happy with that. That touch judge can cop the squeeze, but fuck the union, the cricket. There's so many people that are lucky not to get it.
The Union very, very lucky.
That's just shit.
Very lucky. That's our biggest loss in World Cup history. And we will not get out of the group. I believe that will be the first time.
I tell you what, geez, wasn't all the boys just into it, like into the whole thing, like Sonny Bill.
Sonny Bill just hammered us.
Yeah,
didn't he?
But we fucking deserve a hammering.
Yeah,
that should not happen.
No, that's right.
Anyway,
I saw on another podcast they were saying, and it's fucking bang on. I used to know every name of like anyone who played for the Wallabies, and I remember we were at my place. This is when I was a kid. I was still living at home, and we watched the Crusaders and the Reds Super Rugby final, and it was at Suncorp, and the Reds won, and it was just unreal. Fucking what a night. And like I wouldn't even know any Reds players. I wouldn't know fucking.
And you've always been a big sports fan across all sports too.
Like I love watching the Bledisloe every year, and I just can't be fucked anymore.
Yeah.
It's just like I don't even know who's playing.
Yeah.
It's like I'll watch it and just go, fucking 40-0 again.
Yeah.
Oh, well, who's that? I don't even know who that is. That's why I was shocked to see Quade Cooper playing for us fucking a month or two ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just sucks, eh? And can't get a straight answer out of Eddie Jones. They were asking him, they were saying, you're going to move on now. You're not committed to coach Australia. And he just kept saying, I'm committed to coach Australia. And they're asking him, what about this report? And I'm committed to coach Australia. He just kept saying the same thing. And I was like, fucking he'll leave.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
We got, what do we got? One game left against Portugal, I think. Surely we can finish on a high and just get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, that's what their mindset would be.
Yeah, finish on a high, get out of there, finish third in the group at least, and good luck to Fiji and Wales though, especially Fiji. That's awesome to see them. They're going to play quarterfinals, I believe for the. It won't. Well, it might be for the first time at a Rugby World Cup. And that's awesome. And they beat Australia for the first time at a World Cup.
Yep.
First time possibly ever.
They'll be
so
pumped.
good on them. I'm still sticking fat with either France or Ireland to win it.
Yeah?
But I wouldn't be shocked if South Africa win it either.
Yeah, right.
They're going really well.
I reckon New Zealand?
Look, they might. They're the All Blacks, so they might do it. But yeah, still those four. But I don't know. Just after seeing, so France beat the Kiwis in the first game to open the World Cup. That was awesome. And then Ireland beat South Africa. South Africa beat themselves, to be fair.
Yeah.
They missed like 3 penalty kicks that would have won them the game. But that was huge for Ireland because they've been the world number 1 for ages, but they've only played the Northern Hemisphere sides.
Yeah.
So massive for them to beat the current world champions. When was that? Must have been on the weekend sometime. I was watching the highlights there, and they missed so many penalty kicks, which they never usually do in the Union. They just bang them over from anywhere because they got that different shaped ball.
Yeah.
But it'll come into the knockouts, and you never know. The All Blacks will just turn up because they just love rugby. So, and they got no, Wars to support anymore. So
Nah,
they'll
that's
be
right.
back on the All Black train.
Yeah, exactly. All back on it, as you would.
Bloody oath.
Captain of the week. So brought to you by CTC. Head to thecountrycompanies.com for all the designs Knuckler has got ready to go, and go to countrytruckercaps.com to design your own for any reason. If you want a hat, just because you want a fucking hat with your own shit on it. If you got a business, if you got anything else, head there. It's a great setup. Grapes, what are you thinking, mate?
For the captain,
Yeah.
oh, Struth.
I reckon the Bronx and the Panthers.
Yeah,
just
I was going to
fucking
say,
kicking
just
arse
go
all
the
year.
franchises of all 4 teams in the grand final.
Yeah, finally just doing what they should do.
That's right. 1 and 2 playing each other in the fucking GF.
Fucking oaths.
In
Actually,
both codes.
this weekend can be the captain of
I
the
was
week.
about to say that
This
too.
fucking weekend of sport can be
Yeah.
the captain, and just everyone for just having a great event.
Yeah. You've got everything this weekend.
Everything.
You got racing,
Fucking everything.
AFL. You got Rugby World Cup still. Then you've got a bit of boxing.
Mm,
And then to top it off, you got the NRL Grand Final.
that's right.
I apologise to my beautiful fiance because she hates sport, mate.
Does she?
And I just live and breathe it. So
So she just has to cop it.
I feel for her sometimes. But look, this weekend, sorry. Nothing can be done about this weekend. It is just going to be a fiesta.
It's about to get a lot better for her after this weekend. It's toning
Yeah,
back.
but the ODI World Cup starts.
Yeah, that's right. Fucking oath. And we'll
Oi.
be covering all of it.
It's me job.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. It's your job.
Do you want me to not work?
Fucking oath.
Yeah. So, look, as we sort of, Tommy and I touched on before, had a great personal weekend on the Rex Hunt.
Yes.
And the show, once again, produces.
Yeah.
We had that off week, and like we said, hey, we had the off week. It's not good enough. Won't happen again.
That's right.
And look, I need to make a formal apology just for thinking that anything good could come from back in Collingwood.
Yeah.
Um,
You reckon that'll be the last time? you do
Brisbane
that?
shit in. Your bet won within the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And then Collingwood just scraped. And the fact that they won by a point,
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Anyway, look, I
That's
just,
all right, mate.
hey, hat off to GWS because, fuck me, they travelled all over the country
Yeah.
during that final series, and they were 1 solitary point from playing in a grand final. So, look, they done the all-in, but we come back hard. Barbs is back.
Oh, Barbary is fucking
back.
back. I reckon there'll be a fair bit of fucking
Oh,
lip
there'll be some lip.
from him today.
There will be some lip.
I'm actually looking forward to the red
He
nut.
so this is just punting for you though. His 2 bets, Stapati and Militarize, 2 biggest runs anywhere in Australia, and they got there in the last stride.
Yeah.
Like any less they don't win. They probably run 4th
Yeah, yeah.
because they've come from nowhere, and you just go, that is punting.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. 100%.
If that race was Militarize's race was 1,398 metres instead of 1,400,
Yeah.
he runs 4th, and it's
Yeah.
just like, fuck, I love that
I
sport.
think he even fucking got one, just a quick one he sent through later in the day saying this one next, got on at 1, and I'm like, yep, just some of those days that you're just on.
Yeah,
So
and
it's
I
great
had
to
one
see
of
him
them.
back.
And I had one of them with that $41 I was talking about.
Yeah.
earlier.
So it was fucking
Um,
good stuff.
Great day.
Great weekend on the fucking Rex.
This weekend, this Friday, we've got a big race
Oh,
coming
yeah.
up in the history of the Reggies.
Yeah.
It's called the Group 1 Moya Stakes.
Fucking right.
It's a Group 1 at Moonee Valley, over 1,000 metres, by the way, the shortest possible distance that you can run a horse
A
race.
fucking Reggie.
Nah,
Cup.
you can run them over 900, but any Group 1 you won't see under 1,000.
Yeah.
This is the shortest. And it's called the Moya, and it's spelt M-O-I-R, Moya. It's after a person.
Yeah.
But we're changing the name.
We are.
We're petitioning,
Yeah.
and we're changing it to the Moya, as in M-O-R-E.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
That's right.
as a little bit of a special, we're all going to throw a Moya bet out.
Yeah, yeah.
There's only 8 in it, which is perfect. Surely we can fucking find the winner.
Yeah.
So all
Surely.
the old boys and us, we're all going to throw a Moya Stakes tip out. Barbs as well. But we will, what do we do first? We'll go to the Blue Bet All-In Multi,
Yeah.
as we do
Should we,
each and every week.
Should we start with the
Yeah,
the
we're
red
going
nut?
to change it up a bit. We're going to start with Jace calling in from, don't know where, but somewhere in the Northern Hem.
Mm.
G'day, Reggies. coming to you live from the streets of Munich right now.
Munchen.
Just finishing up over Oktoberfest and my trip in total. Be home next week. Ripping recording with yous again. To say that I'm wounded after this month is a fucking understatement. But we move forward and we keep going. All in this week, we got a massive fucking weekend. Grand final footy, the Pinnacle, the mark of the calendar each year, and the mighty Bronx have made it into the grand final. So,
Surely
for the
not.
all in this week, I'm backing the boys just head to head. Paying about $2.20 at the moment with our betting partners, Bluebet. Hopefully we can get over the line. It's going to be a massive day for the boys. Couldn't have planned out any better for the podcast, actually. I'm sure the lads will talk about it. Bronx versus Penrith, and the bet is on again, as it was for round one. Loser wears the opponent's team's jersey on the next episode. Right here, lads. See you next week. Next week. Rip in.
The Bronx.
So,
Just fucking
obviously,
there.
the Bears just got to his fucking red head because the whole thing of the show, right, leading up to this point, has been, I'll have a go on the footy. Jace will go the AFL. You'll go the horses. Now,
I'll
that's
back 'em.
fine if there's 8 games of footy to go with, but he's just left me fucked
Yeah.
because, like,
He probably thought, well, you're going to go Penrith, but you wouldn't do that.
so why the fuck would you go Broncos if he thought I was going to go Penrith?
Yeah. Well, he got in before you, knowing that he'd be asleep or
I
something.
actually had something planned before this because I'm like, well, I'm not going to go Penrith because they're Broncos. There's only one game of footy and I need to go with me footy leg.
Yeah.
So I actually teed something up with Bluebet and I had either team to win the GF 1 to 12 and that was going to pay $1.59, but Jace has just fucked the whole show. So I'm going to have to go with something I know absolutely fuck all about.
Yes.
So I'll be heading to the ponies, thanks, Jason.
The Moya?
To the Moya. Because if I'm going to go racing, I'm going to the fucking Reggie Cup.
The Moya.
So, race 7 at Mooney Valley. The Moya. Look, I watched, Imperatrice? Is that how you say it?
Imperatrice, yeah.
Imperatrice last start, steam past Giga Kick to win. And look, going off the form, it's hard to fucking go past this thing. And I'm going for it to get the win again here, paying $1.75.
Yeah.
And that's my leg. Like I said, I'm not pretending to be a fucking horse guru, but that just looks pretty good there after being absolutely grubbed.
Yeah.
So good work, Jace.
Absolutely corrupt. Well,
And fucking could not agree at all with Jace's leg, by the way.
yeah. So now the Bluebet all-in multi that you're a part of.
It's
you-
half in. It's the blue bet 2/3 in multi. Because I'm not in at all.
Right.
Right.
That's fair enough too, because it's your team that we're playing.
Normally
in
the
the grand final.
sport that I go with.
Yeah.
Only got one more chance to bet on it this year, and he's fucking grubbed me.
Righto, well, I'm going to bring some light back to this, and I'm going to go to Randwick Race 9 on Saturday afternoon. The Group 1 Metropolitan over 2,400 metres. This horse will just win. Its name is Just Fine.
Ooh.
Rocket tipped it first up. Its first start in Australia, paid $11 over 1,600, thank you.
Yep.
And it's since won another race over 2,000 metres, steps up to 2,400 now, which is just getting into its work. It's paying $1.70 to win, and it'll just win. It opened up shorter. It opened up at $1.65. It got crunched into $1.55, and now it's back out to $1.70. I think you just got to take the shorts here. Take your medicine. Take the short odds because it'll just win. Waterhouse and Bott, it'll lead and it will win.
Yep.
Gate 2, stop it.
There you go.
Get stuck into our work there. So we got Broncos, Imperatrice to win the Moya, Group 1 Moya, and Just Fine to win the Group 1 Metropolitan.
There you go.
Get that in you. As always, go to the Bluey specials. It'll be there, all done for you. There'll be odds there. Whack it on.
Bloody oath.
Let's go.
Get into it.
The old boys.
Yeah, let's go the old boys.
There's has there been not a lot to ride home about as of
No.
late.
No.
However, look what Barbs did.
Yeah.
He come back steaming.
As long as
So-
someone steams.
Oh yeah, and we all fucking backed winners on the weekend, so
Yeah.
it's all good. You know, we as in the show.
Yeah.
So they'll be back. Just keep following them.
Reginald, up the mighty Broncos and Lions. What a weekend it was, and a sensational one we have coming up. Hopefully winning the dual crown of footy. I can't guess how many cans I'm going to consume this weekend, as this is a very special moment, having both my beloved sides playing for the premiership.
Bloody
Come
hell.
on, boys. The Reggies Moya is on Friday night, and one of Keto's collector's favourite Queensland horses is back from a spell. 1,000 metres, probably too short, but watch this freak, Uncommon James, come slingshotting down the outside from well back and book his slot in the Everest. On Saturday, Keto's collector's Bluebet Old Boys Mail is heading to Randwick for the Group 1 Epsom, and I'm going to tip Converge. This 5-year-old son of Frankel is second up going into the big race, and last campaign second up was beaten a long neck by Animo in the George Rider. Gay and Adrian will have this fella peaking, and at the juicy odds of $15, I can't go past it. There's no Animo on Saturday, guys, so I'm bagging the bucks on the snot. Until next week, happy punting, stay safe.
Nice.
Lovely. So for the Moya, he's going to Uncommon James. Great analysis there.
Yeah,
Because I think
great
it'll be a little bit short for it as well.
Yep.
But you just never know. When a horse is fresh, as in hasn't had a start,
We might give it,
it
a bit
could just
more.
explode out of the ground in the last hundy. Bit like Imperatrice did when it just burnt Giga Kick.
Yep.
And yeah, Converge. That race, I'm going to have a bet in that one soon as well. $7 is the favourite in the
Yeah.
Epsom.
7 as the
$7
favourite.
is the favourite. That's why
Holy.
there's 22 starters in it.
You wouldn't even bother.
You just get a dart, man, and
Yeah.
throw it at the dartboard.
That's wild.
Anyway, Pedro,
Yeah.
what's he got? I reckon I know.
Yeah, me too.
G'day, Reggies. Well, time for Pedro's picks. Well, it's fucking that time of the year, boys.
Is that exciting?
GF weekend. Fucking absolutely stoked. AFL, Rugby League, get around it. Righto, this week, the last of me football bets, tips,
That would've
before I
been
get
nice.
into the fucking horses. Well, the might of Brisbane, I should say. The Lions and the Broncos are in the GF across the two codes. So I'm going to 4-leg multi, lads, just to keep it fresh. We've got Saturday, I'm going to go Lions, 4-leg multi. First leg, Lions. Danaher to score 2 or more goals. Into the Broncos on Sunday, and Katoni Stags anytime.
Ooh.
So the 4-leg multi between them four, I think it's paying about $16. I like it. Very doable. Well, unless you're a Panthers fan. But give it a crack. Thanks to Bluebet. Yeah, I think it's about just over 16 maybe. So Lions, Danaher 2 or more, Broncos and Stags anytime.
Beautiful.
All right, lads. Cheers. Get around it.
Hopefully Stags is playing this week.
Yeah, he
I
was
swear
a bit
he
quiet,
wasn't
wasn't
last week.
Hey, you didn't need him. Just keeping him on the fresh side.
Yeah. Jeez, I
Um,
hope the horses really produce this week because there's some fucking rotten bets.
Yeah, you're hoping for just only horses. Well, speaking of, Pedro will have a Moya bet in another message, I reckon.
Yep.
Okay, and also been asked to give us a little tip on the Moya Stakes on Friday. So here we go. Have true Reggie form. I have absolutely no idea about these horses.
Yeah.
But I know to stay away from the favourite.
Oh,
So I'm jumping on number 8 as Fura, as Foya, however you want to pronounce that.
It's for you on
But
the
I'm going to
Moya.
go as Foya. It's paying about $6. Great form. Yeah, it's ready to win basically. So I'm going to get on that. It's yeah, know nothing about it, but I like it. Cheers, boys.
Fuck yeah,
Foya
Pedro.
the Moya.
Boy, the Moya.
fucking,
That's
if that doesn't make you just want to go and put your house on.
Yeah. 100%. That's like me with me all in. with that favourite.
Oh, at least you watched a replay.
Yeah, yeah, mate. It was all over that.
I know. What's
All right,
Rocket
Rocket,
got?
what do you got?
Oh, he's finna
Boys,
spray you.
punters, Queenslanders, Rockets, Roughies, raring to go. All right, grand final weekend. Either Queensland Brothers or the Panthers. The Panthers, they're the master at the late flop. Watch for them on Sunday. They'll get in there, flop on, has no bearing on the tackle, yet still get away with it. On the other hand, Queensland Brothers, they played less than 50% of their games at home this season, away this season. They've had 2 finals at home, and I think they're just mentally ready and fresh. So let's go Queensland Brothers to win the grand final.
Wow.
Anytime try scorers, Stags, Cobbo, Crichton and Toto. Paying about $75. Jump on it.
Oh, yes!
Holy fuck, Joe!
Oh,
Oh, there's another one going down. Fucking shocking week.
that is prime.
75. I'm going to just put that on, I think, just in case
Yeah.
it fucking wins.
I got a
70.
Moya from him too.
Oh, yeah.
I can't believe he's tipped us too.
75.
Fucking oath. Moya?
Boys, the Moya Stakes at Moonee Valley on Friday. Rothfire, horse number 1.
Oh, yeah.
Paying about $7.50. Jump on in.
Yeah, nice.
Love
short,
it.
Sharp.
That's, we've covered our bases here, boys, on the Moya.
Yeah, well, surely someone wins on the Moya. What hasn't been picked on the Moya yet?
Zoo style.
Well, look, we've been known to put our quaddie on and pick fucking 1,700 horses, and the one we don't lose, like, you know.
That was fucking savage that day. Anyway, so far we've got 1, 3, 7, and 8 covered.
Yeah. First
And
four.
yeah, well, it won't pay fuck all, but we can put it in.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do for my Moya now because you've gone.
Oh, you can go with fucking someone
Imperatrice
else.
to the all in,
It's
you
not
know,
like you have to pick someone.
because
someone
yeah, but I don't know who I'll back. I'll
Oh,
say who I think might win. I just don't want to risk Imperatrice at $1.75, like other than in the all in, because
Yeah.
at least you're getting. I think our all in you're getting about $6.50 or something,
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
can cop that.
Yeah.
But me Moya tip, I'm going to tip Asfura as well, number 8. Absolutely cruised to a win first up, but she does fly fresh. So first up always flies.
Yep.
But the jockey had this thing at the 200 metres. It was in front and it just hadn't even let it go yet.
Yeah.
And then let it go in the last 100, and it was just one of those the easiest wins you'll ever see.
Yeah, yeah.
So stays at 1,000 metres and has stayed fresh, sort of thing. So she's had a month between runs.
Yep.
If anything beats Imperatrice, I just think it'll be her. So, but the favourite Imperatrice, I can't knock it. It's extremely hard to beat her if she runs anywhere near that last start. Just sprinting straight past Giga Kick and Rothfire, Rothfire's also in the race. Like they were standing still, mate. So very hard to beat the favourite, but I'll have a crack at Asfura.
Well, there you go. There's the tips in the Moya.
You're obviously going the one that you've put in.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
all-in.
the all in. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know too much about either of them, like any of them that much. But just looking at the stats from the track, the jockey with the horse thing, the distance, everything, it is just absolutely pooned. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It just looks pretty good.
Yep, I like it. Well, good. I'll try and do up a little thing of what all the old boys and us have gone in the
Yeah.
Moya. As a bit of a post on Friday.
There's one bloke that we haven't heard from yet too.
Yeah, there is. But before then, I'm just going to
Big G1.
throw
G.
a couple of
Sorry,
G1
sorry,
bets out.
G1.
Now, like I said, I'm trying to set myself up here for well, how do you say it? Set yourself up not to fail, but if you do,
You've got
you've given
excuses.
yourself excuses.
Yeah, that's right. You're very good at it.
Yeah, the Tab Epsom handicap. Race 8 at Randwick on Saturday. There's 22 in it. There was 23. There's 21 in it. There was 22. Pericles has been scratched already. I reckon there could definitely be a couple more scratchings, but let's go at least 18 to 19 runners. And $7 the favourite. Like, fucking get a dart. Throw it at the dartboard.
Just dart it.
I've got one black booked, and that's it. So I'm just going to stick with it. Number 8, Hope in Your Heart.
Yep.
First up over 1,400 was really good. It was stuck in traffic and weaved its way through. Ended up running third, but it didn't do much work.
Yeah.
It just sort of, the last 100 it extended out a bit and it looked really, really good. So I'm going to have something each way on Hope in Your Heart. But what I am going to do, and I'm not going to post this. This is just a little
Listener
exclusive.
exclusive.
I'm going to have Hope in Your Heart to place into the next G1, race 9 at Randwick, the Metropolitan, into Just Fine to win. And you will get, I did this before for you,
Big G1G
fixed
doubling
place into a fixed win. You boost it and you'll get $4.60.
Yep.
And that's a Group 1 little bloody, you know.
Groper special. Group 1 gropes.
And if you want to bang them both in there to win, you'll get about $14 for Hope in Your Heart to win, into Just Fine to win. Yeah.
There
Hope
you
in
go.
Your Heart each way in the tab episode.
Bloody oath.
And yes, now we have not heard from one bloke who should be up and about, deserves to be up and about, Tom.
He does. He does deserve, after, pissing the sheets, going
Yeah.
no well for weeks. He
Deserves it. And
He's risen.
Party was his best. Militarised best value. They both get up and win.
Oh,
It was just
yipping and
fucking
yahooing.
good to see. And Barbs has got the Punters Club money this week. Wish he
Yes.
had it last week. But he's got it this week, so this will be his best, his value, Punters Club, all fucking rolled into
Fuck
one.
me. If he has the Broncos here as well, we're just doomed if they
He will
lose.
never, ever, ever go footy. He's Barb's a Brisbane horse.
Yeah, but the whole show, everyone's on the Bronx. So I bet you he just joins the queue.
Nah, no way.
I fucking hope not.
Surely
Because
not.
otherwise I'll be watching Penrith win and going, yeah, fuckheads.
Won't happen.
Righto. Let's
Won't
go.
happen. They're not hungry enough.
Reggies! Well, boys, run into a few of the lads on Friday night having a few amber ales. A few Reggies in the wild. Tyson Kessler, Jared Spry, Matty Boyle, and Big Sammy heading off on a cruise to Vanuatu for a week. And dead set the hour I spent with them, I reckon Big Tyson will have his hands full with Spryzy. I reckon Jared, he could end up in the hills with the natives drinking kava if he's not careful. And if he doesn't get knocked the fuck out on the boat, either Tyson or Matty fucking will. The cunt literally went home earlier than I did from under the trees, and I've got 500 that says he pisses the bed on the cruise. On the same night, I met a young fella named Regan, Big Reg himself. He and his mate Jack have started their own potty together called the 12am podcast. They're literally one episode in and loving it. Just two young fellas having a crack in life, and I love to see that.
Good on 'em.
Anyway, Reg says to me, Bart, I've got a spare ticket for the Bronx Bars game at Suncorp. Are you coming? I looked at the misso and she said, of course. It'd be like me getting off a Taylor Swift tickets. Just fucking go. I said, well, I am. So off we go on Saturday night to watch the Broncos, and wow-wee. What an atmosphere it was. Fucking bloody electric. Met a few more Reggies in the wild. Some fucking ripper blokes too. Come up for a yarn at the Caxton in the car park after the game. Top night. Thanks, Reg and Jack, for taking me along. Couldn't appreciate it more. Fucking ripper night. Ran a great game of footy. Now on to the punt. And last week there was a bloke on this show that made a certain statement about another punter on the show. I speak of the big long stretch of weasel piss himself, G1G. What was it last week you said about my tips, Grapes? Yeah, help me out here, Quino.
He's going to have another shit week because he's gone against me in both races.
Oh, that's
fucking
right.
hell.
I was going to have
Finally.
a bad day. Turns out I've had a better day than I could have fucking asked for. Give both Grapes tips in the same race as Winburn. I bet you would it was my punters club now, Big G.
Did you
All the
say that?
Reggies I met over the weekend have paid their fucking mortgages off. And what happened to V8, Grapes? He's only running on 4 cylinders or what? And Nadal, what happened there? Must have served a double fault by the looks of his performance. I know I had 3 weeks and no winner, but when the chips are down, just remember, big fella, a true Reggie will always get off the canvas. Anyway, lads, on to this week. What a fucking weekend of sport we have. Friday night, the running of the Reggie's own very own race, the Moya. The fucking Moya Stakes at Moonee Valley. Saturday, Arvo, AFL Grand Final, up there, Kazali. And Sunday, UFC, then the big game in the NRL Grand Final.
Boxing.
What a fucking weekend to be a punter.
Good try.
Now, bear in mind, I'm recording a little early, so I don't have all the prices, but I'm sure the big G1G will help me out here. Even after I just give him a little pizzling. I'm going to have 3 bets for the Blue Bet Reggies Punters Club. I'm having an all weekend long multi, boys. 5 legs for $20. We're going to have a Friday night at Moonee Valley race 6, number 8, Amelia's Jewel in the Stock Stakes. Into race 7, the Moya Stakes, number 7, Imperatrice. Into Saturday, the very open Group 1 Epsom Handicap at Randwick, number 8, Hope in Your Heart. Saturday afternoon, the Brisbane Lions will do those filthy black and white collie wobbles, 1 to 39. Into Sunday, the Broncos to get the job done and stop the three-peat, 1 to 12. My second bet's going to be 40 on the nose, Hope in Your Heart in the Epsom Handicap. Group 1, she needs no introductions. We backed her before, and I think this is her best chance to date to get that elusive Group 1 victory. Craig Williams will ride down on the minimum with 54 kilos from barrier 10. I really think this is her race to lose. She's far more superior horse to what her record suggests, and she just gets everything to suit on Saturday. About $7 she'll be if the price I've marked these correctly. Now, in saying that,
you're getting 8s.
One of my old favourites goes around in the same race at an absolutely ridiculous price considering his last start effort at Moonee Valley, and that's number 12, Year Boys Pounding. His run 2 weeks ago in the Fan Stakes was electric, never got a crack until late, and if he had got out sooner than he did, he would have given them a real shake. He gets his chance here from barrier 13 under Jamie Carr, and I think he's a massive each-way play at $14.04. Again, if I've marked these correctly. We're going to have a little 20 each-way saver on him as well.
Same
so
race.
The Punters Club this week, lads. Little long, I know, but if they all come off, the Punters Club will be going to fucking Vegas for the world title fight.
Well, they can't all
Anyway,
come
lads, I'm not going to recap me Punters Club. It's too much to go through, but the boys will post them. They're me bets this weekend. Keep it stiff, lads. Happy punting.
Well, look, at least there's a positive if Panthers lose. We're rich.
Yeah, there's a lot of positives if Panthers lose. Go and change your nappy, cunt. That's all I'll say that. About time you done something. That's your job, remember, on this show. That's why we pay you the big coin. So I'll just recap the Punters Club, and then I've just got darts to throw everywhere here. He's gone Amelia's Jewel, great bet. Into Imperatrice. That's both on the Friday night.
Yep.
Amelia's Jewel's $1.35, but she just wins. She'll just win. Imperatrice should win. Hope in Your Heart, great bet. Love that. Into the Lions, into the Bronx. I've boosted that to $106, and he's having 20 on that. So please, that happen.
Fucking copy that.
And then I'm just blown away by this.
What's that? Hit us, mate. What?
No, I'm just going to get it up. We've gone Hope in Your Heart. Did he say 20 each way? I can't remember what he said. There's too much going on.
$40 for Hope in Your Heart.
I know. What do I?
Just to win.
Yep. I'm fairly
Righto.
certain.
So, oh, yeah. And then it was 20 each way on... Okay, so we can still win.
Yeah.
Because he's having a saver on... In the same race, he's having 20 each way on pounding as well.
Yes.
Right.
Which is...
Oh, well. He's coming off a fucking absolutely
Yeah.
brilliant week.
Oh, he'll probably Quinella it, but we want... The ideal result is Hope in Your Heart to win, pounding to place. And then fucking everything else. There's 2 real shorties, and then you got the 2 footy games, and we've got Hope in Your Heart in there as well.
Yep.
Yeah, well, you called that. I did not think he would go the horses. Did not think he would go the sport. I thought he would definitely go just stay with the horses, but you've called it.
How's that? The whole state, the whole show, I'm up against every single cunt. And
Yeah.
I'm going to win.
You're not up against me in any sort of betting stake,
No.
but you're up against me because you support a fucking shit football team.
Actually, they're pretty good.
Yeah. Nah, they're dogs.
Yeah, but no, oi, mate, all that aside, I fucking can't wait for this weekend. Guys, make the most of it, honestly, because after this, like we said, you got to go follow a couple of other things just kicking off. We'll get right into our race and we'll cover all the other sports going on, but it's all about this weekend. Get fucking excited. Book babysitters in. Do all kinds of shit because this is our chance to let the fucking hair down for about 3 days.
You're kicking off with the Moya. Then you got 2 grand finals. Throw some boxing in there. Oh,
fucking stop it. One of the best weekends.
You were talking about for everyone to book babysitters in for the merch drop next week, eh? Yeah.
Yeah.
October 5th, get a babysitter. 6 p.m. You don't want to miss it.
That's right. Be there.
Righto. We'll see
Right.
you next week. Up the Bronx.